Partnered by Times Influence.
The real estate industry in India today is undergoing a complete transformation under the impact of GST and RERA. The sector is a major contributor to employment generation and is also the backbone of the Indian economy. To encourage the good work being done in the real estate industry, Fun and Joy at Work felicitates the unsung heroes of the industry. The Global Real Estate Awards recognizes and rewards excellence across the real estate sector in the region.
The real estate industry has undergone a complete transformation. What is very critical for the real estate industry is striking a balance between affordable housing, economy housing, and luxury housing. What has created a challenge for the real estate industry is also delivering on time, timely delivery. The RERA is a very good act to that extent that enforces real estate builders to be able to deliver on time, measure the output, and create a new pattern for the real estate industry. The Global Real Estate Awards recognize leaders who have set a trend, who have created a good benchmark in not just delivering on time, but they've also created a benchmark in showcasing their projects to those who want to buy those projects and within the specified time limit, and of course affordability as a factor.
At this August gathering, experts from the real estate sector came together under one roof to discuss the opportunities and challenges for the industry.
Very interesting topic and which is making the buzz in today's real estate scenario is the GST and RERA, and how we are actually gearing up as an industry for taking on these regulatory challenges and rather aligning with them. Suresh, I request him to share his views on how the investment is moving post the GST and the RERA regime.
GST has been a welcome move, though it did have a lot of teething problems and created a lot of issue for most of the industries. But I think from a long-term point of view, that's one of the better moves which the Indian government has been able to incorporate. From the residential sales point of view, there are certain issues. The 12%, which has been high, and of course the input credit, which there is a little bit of disconnect because the input credit developers are allowed to get only if they sell out the entire project, and those are the challenges which they're facing. With that getting tweaked and the probable reduction to 5%, there is some hope. But of course, on the downside, that has been negated by the fact that the input credit is being threatened to be taken away. And I think the developers here would have a better view on that. But if at all the input credit is taken away, the reduction of 12% to 5% is really not going to be any use to the customers, because the cost is ultimately going to come back to them from the developer point of view.
Rahul, how do you see the customer behavior developing or changing with respect to the regulatory changes in last 6 to 9 months?
We call it the three tsunamis of real estate: demonetization, RERA, and GST. I think we are done and out and dusted about it. Let me first tackle with RERA. The most beautiful thing what RERA has done is actually differentiated the boys and the men. RERA has actually given a lot of teeth to a consumer to possibly take up to a developer, and is it instilled confidence not just in the consumer but in the entire system that and the government that, look, consumers, we are not sleeping, we have something in store for you. And coming to GST, yes, if you look at the consumer mindset, people were mentally tuned to possibly shell out 6%. The 6 became 2x, which is 12, which is definitely a deep pocket hit. For a project what we are selling at this point of time, maybe a component of GST can buy you an apartment in Bombay. But having said that, as Suresh mentioned, the move to possibly lower it is going to be boostful. More so, what the government has done is they have also taken care of the affordable segment with the 12% and 8% regime. And if you look at Bombay in the past practically 18 months, A lot of stock has been sold, which is under the 8% regime, the one bedders and the two bedders, which are under 60 square meters.
Prashant, how do you see these developments that have accelerated the customer interest and them, picking up on the inventories, or how do you foresee this?
RERA brought in a lot of transparency to the buyers, a lot of confidence in terms of their product being delivered on time. So RERA was like a boon to the industry that gave us the desired accountability to the developer, the transparency to the buyer, and every shareholder of a particular project. But on the other side, when you look at GST being implemented, as it was in the initial phases of being implemented, and it had its own challenges, so real estate industry was anyways experiencing a little slow sales across for last couple of years that we have been experiencing. Secondly, now as we speak about 5% GST being implemented, it is a good move that has been happening in the GST front. While we anticipate it will create a lot of demand, it will convert all the fence sitters who have been around the industry and been holding on with the pinch of that GST budget or the pinch of the budget issue that they've been facing with.
How do you think that these regulations are and these governance structures which are now becoming more and more prominent, affecting the other industries which are dependent on us?
As a real estate developer, I've seen the more than 200, 250 vendors that we deal in, about 50 to 60% of them, especially when you look at standalone developments, which is primarily how Mumbai city is developing, especially since all the mill lands have been exhausted. They are dependent on these SMEs and MMEs. And when you're talking of primarily issue with the manufacturer, which is here the developer, the bigger issues lies in that the backbone of the economy, which is the SME, is getting directly impacted, and which is resulting in a cyclical crisis. Because eventually, as Indians, whenever there is a surplus that is generated, the first safe house is always real estate. We do not really believe a lot in financial instruments. And when the surplus is not being generated by the economy overall, is why the so-called real estate developers are facing issues.
Welcome back. It's now time to felicitate some of the best names of the real estate industry.
The first category of award, the most iconic luxury project of the year, goes to Parthenon Rise Karan. The most preferred brand by the real estate sector, Total Plumbing Solution, goes to WaterTech India Private Limited. Moving on to our next category, the ultra luxury project of the year goes to Omkar 1973 Worli from Omkar Realtors and Developers Private Limited. For the best luxurious project of the western suburbs goes to Rommel Ether from Rommel Group. The next category is the luxury project of the year in Pune for bungalows and villas. The winner is ATS Pristine Golf Villas from ATS Infrastructure Limited. The The luxury project of the year in Pune in the villa category goes to Rohan Leher 2 from Lohan Villas. The luxury project of the year South residential goes to 77 Degree Place from Divya Shri Developers. Thank you, presenters, for doing us this set of honors. I'll get you up in a while. Maybe you could take some respite and a rest. To the next segment, may I invite Mr. S.K. Dutt on stage, please, another core committee member of the World HRD Congress, and Shalini Ganesh, the co-founder and CEO of CNS Incorporated. This is the luxury project of the year. We have some multiple winners. The next winner is Rustam G. Paramount from Keystone Realtors Private Limited. The next winner is the Center Court from Ashiana Homes. For the most preferred brand by construction and real estate sector steel in the rods and bars category goes to Jindal TMT Rebars. Congratulations. We move ahead with the luxury project of the year. Our next winner is Parkview Grand Spa from Best Tech Group. Congratulations, Parkview Grand Spa. Well, I'll now invite my colleague to do the next set of awards and read out a few more names.
Best Luxury Project goes to Embassy Boulevard, Embassy Group. Best Project of the Year in Pune, mid-segment, goes to Rohan Abhilasha, Rohan Builders. Well, Rohan Builders also have one more award for Best Project of the Year in Bangalore, mixed segment, for Rohan Iksha. Environment Friendly Project of the Year Luxury, Romil Etho, Romil Group.
Okay, Shalini, thank you for being generous. You may take your seat. Dr. Dutt, a little respite for you. May I bring Cora back up on stage and Mr. Prashant Srivastav.
Moving on, Residential Property of the Year goes to Oro Avenue at Life Republic, Kolte Patil Developers. Well, Kolte Patil also received for Western Avenue. Moving on, ATS Dolce, ATS Infrastructure Limited. Moving on, Arvind Oasis, Bangalore, for Arvind Smart Spaces Limited.
Well, the most admired project of the year, Ashiana Mulberry from Ashiana Homes. The most admired upcoming project of the year goes to Courtyard Real Estate Private Limited for the property Courtyard. I would like to give my presenters a little respite. Well, I'll get Shalini back up. Dr. CVM Diyavedi. Sir, please step up. For the Smart Real Estate Project of the Year goes to Embassy Edge from the Embassy Group. Congratulations, Embassy. For the best redevelopment project goes to Rustamji Seasons from Keystone Realtors.
Well, Rustamji, they also received the Integrated Township Project of the Year for Rustamji Urbania Capstone Constructions Private Limited. Please give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on, Embassy Springs from Embassy Group. Best Affordable Housing Project of the Year, West, Arvind Avishkar, Ahmedabad for Arvind Smart Spaces Limited. Excellence in Delivery goes to Paradigm Realty. Ashiana Homes. Moving on, Best Tech Group. Moving on to the next category, Award for Design Excellence in Real Estate goes to Embassy Lake Terraces from Embassy Group. Award for Design Excellence in Real Estate Luxury, ATS Knightsbridge ATS Infrastructure Limited.
Okay, we'll have again a slight change in the actors and actress. So the film will change. Thank you so much. You got the cue. Well, may I invite Prashant back on stage with, for a change, let me invite Dr. Sumit Sabharwal. The Emerging Developer of the Year South in the residential category goes to RJ Realty. Okay, next winner in the Developer of the Year for the luxury category, the Lux Collection by the Embassy Group. Okay, the Developer of the Year for the residential buildings, ATS Infrastructure Limited. Developer of the Year for Residential Buildings, Kanakya Spaces. The most trusted real estate brand in the residential category goes to the Rohan Group.
Moving on to the next category, Brand of the Year goes to Embassy Group. Kolte Patil Developers. Well, may I invite one more person from Kolte Patil? You'll also receive the marketing campaign, Oro Avenue at Rife Republic. Best Property Consultants of the Year goes to Anarok Property Consultants Private Limited.
Moving on to our next category, the Commercial Property of the Year goes to Embassy Manyata Business Park from the Embassy Group. Akshar Business Park from Akshar Developers. The best IT park of the year in South goes to Divyashri Developers for Orion. Best IT park developer in South also goes to Meenakshi Infrastructures Private Limited. The CSR Initiative of the Year by a real estate firm, Sumadhura Infracon Private Limited. Our next winner for the Property Management of the Year in the Services category goes to Embassy Group. Well, for the last segment of the awards, may I invite the partnership duo who never shared center stage right now, Cora and Shalini. They are from the CNS Incorporated, C for Cora, S for Shalini, all the way from the lovely island of Mauritius, India, Mumbai. Welcome them with a round of applause as we'll do the honors for the last set.
Moving on to the next category, ladies and gentlemen, Luxury Project of the Year Residential goes to the Crest Gurgaon DLF Limited. Indus Levels Delhi NCR for Indus Valley Buildcon Limited. Premier Housing Project of the Year, Naveen's Starwood Towers. Well, Naveen's, they also receive for Smart Real Estate Project of the Year. Moving on to the next category, ladies and gentlemen, for Luxury Project of the Year, Commercial goes to DLF Limited for Two Horizons Center. Well, Developer of the Year, Luxury goes to DLF Limited. DLF also received Developer of the Year Residential Buildings. Most Trusted Real Estate Brand Residential goes to the Naveens. Most Innovative Marketing Campaign of the Year goes to Naveens.
Brand of the Year in Construction Infrastructure goes to Arvade Infrastructure Limited. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, ladies, for doing us these honors. Well, audience, it's been a long evening, but a wonderful one and a satisfying one. So keep building, keep innovating, construction, real estate, infrastructure, a backbone of the Indian economy, roti kapda makan. So good night, goodbye, have a lovely evening.
Partnered by Times Influence.